So you bought a luxury property in Hawaii using a Cayman Islands LLC. It sounded incredibly cool at the time. You felt like a secret agent or a Bond villain. And honestly, it offered great privacy and liability protection. But now you want to sell that property, and the IRS is about to step in as your not-so-cool sidekick. If you own Hawaii real estate personally or in a simple US LLC, selling is straightforward. You pay your capital gains tax and you move on. But if you are a foreign corporation or an offshore LLC that the IRS treats as a corporation, the rules are completely different, and frankly, they are painful. First, let's talk about the cash flow shock at the closing table. It's called withholding. Because you are a foreign entity, the buyer is required by law to withhold money from your gross sales price, not your profit. The sales price, federal law known as FIRPTA, takes 15% off the top. Hawaii law, known as HARPTA, takes another 7.25%. That is 22.25% of your entire sale price held back. That money isn't gone forever, but it is going to visit the government for a long time until you file your tax returns. And when you do file those returns, that is where the real difference hits. If you were an individual, you'd likely pay the long-term capital gains rate. That's usually around 20% federal. But a foreign corporation doesn't get the capital gains rate. You pay the US corporate income tax rate of 21%. That sounds okay, right? Wait for it. Because you are a foreign entity sending those profits back offshore, the IRS hits you with a second tax. It is called the branch profits tax, and it is a massive 30% tax on your after-tax earnings. So let's do the math. You pay the 21% corporate tax, then you pay 30% on what's left. Your effective federal tax rate can jump from a comfortable 20% to over 45 or 50%. That is a huge chunk of your equity disappearing just because of how you hold the title. Now, there are exceptions, there are tax treaties, and there are elections you could have made years ago to be taxed differently. But you need to know this before you list, not 3 days before closing when your CPA starts panicking. Don't let your hard-earned equity get lost in translation. I'm Jason Wong, Principal Broker at Island Dragonfly. We understand the complexity of luxury and foreign-owned transactions in Hawaii. Visit me at jasonwong.us or check out islanddragonfly.com. Let's make sure your exit strategy is as smart as your entrance.